Hello and welcome to the show. I am back here on F1 2016, continuing my playthrough of the career mode. When I press the brake trigger, my camera zooms in. Okay, sure. Brake trigger, brake pedal, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yes, we are heading to Bahrain next after a relatively successful Australian Grand Prix. Got to be said, scored some points, which is always good. I'm currently winning my little rivalry. We have the new part fitted to the vehicle last time out. I had enough research points to upgrade the engine power slightly. We've got 8 more horsepower in the McLaren, which perhaps not quite enough, but it's better than nothing, really. So yeah, we're going to head into practice 1, and I'm hoping can do relatively well here. I figured out why I was struggling with qualifying. A couple of people pointed out that the game doesn't, when I sort of set the setups and so on, the game doesn't sort of automatically reduce fuel for qualifying, so I was going in with a very, very heavy fuel tank, which is why I was struggling so much, despite... I like Australia. I like the Australian Grand Prix track. It tends to be a fast circuit for me, so that was why I was struggling a fair bit in qualifying. Again, I have gone and done a little bit of practice. I have once more found a setup that I am relatively comfortable with tackling this circuit. Again, I'll put a link in the description. And yeah, we're going to see we can score some more points. Let's have a look. Have we got anything different in terms of... Okay, we haven't got anything different in terms of practice programs. I wasn't massively expecting anything. However, yeah, I'm going to go and run through these and get some more resource points, so hopefully we can upgrade the McLaren some more. I have done a few practice sessions just to kind of familiarise myself with this circuit, and hopefully should be able to maybe not quite breeze our way through this, but shouldn't be too bad. It's the middle sector that is the toughest part of this lap. I like the Bahrain circuit. I tend not to be as good here as I am at the likes of Australia, but yeah, oh no, we're going to miss the braking. I forgot what tyres I'm on. Never good. Don't drive it like it's on super softs when it's not. When we've got mediums and a bit more fuel in here, don't try and drive it like the sort of optimum guys of the car. Ooh, it's this turn and the next turn. These are the two that I really struggle to be getting speed through. Trying to get the braking right for this turn here is so tricky. That was actually really good this time around. God damn it, I'm annoyed I missed the gates early on. It was a stupid miss as well. Just locked the brakes and ran wide, because that was actually really quite quick through that middle sector. And now we're going to have a manner for company as we start our second lap. See, I actually prefer a slightly wider line through that corner than the game is sort of wanting me to be taking. Maybe my line is a little bit wrong, I'm not sure, but there we go. Not quite sure where the man is going. Either way, plenty of space. Actually quite nicely got out of my way there. That's always good when the cars behave themselves. Was that Fairline? I think it was. I don't actually remember it was. Okay, so we've been held up by one. Admittedly, it's only practice. Doesn't matter too much. But, 5 points. Oopsie, I was busy looking at the 5 points below that I was there rather than where to change gear. I think I've got a car coming up the inside. I don't know where it is. Oh. Didn't want to turn in because I didn't quite know where it was going to go, but equally I wanted to make sure I got the gate. That was a little bit close. It was a Red Bull of some sorts. Sorry for scaring the crap out of the Red Bull there, but we've made it. We've made it through. We're okay. Everything is fine. It's actually quite odd doing Bahrain in the daytime. The race of the qualifying sessions I was doing earlier. Oh, we're all out of position across there. Were all done at night. I don't know how much difference the time of day makes to the lap times. Of course, there will be different temperatures out here. Oh, come on, please stop and turn. Here we go. We've made it. Not that the actual lap times are too important right now, as we're on a not optimum tyre. In fact, actually, we've got quite a good lap time for not being on the optimum tyre, to be quicker than Button, who's running the soft tyres, and I've got a fair bit of fuel and just running around on normal engine mode. I'm surprised. by that one. This lap here is going a little bit better. Don't lose the back end. Okay, we're almost in trouble, but we got away with it. Curves here are quite nasty. Curbs can be a little bit on the vicious side if you get things wrong. Alright, slow down for the final corner, and it wasn't quite a good final turn. I think it's going to be enough, though, hopefully, to give us the completed objective. It wasn't a 100% perfect lap, but we got the points. Means we'll have the research points to progress. I am relatively happy with all of that, and we're still currently in 5th. If we can stay there, that would be nice. Again, managing to be relatively kind to the car through that second to last corner does seem to really help me with keeping the tyre wear in the optimum range, and around the final turn not quite so good. Sticking it up into Rich has kept me fast enough, but actually that was quite a decent lap time. Let's try to go back onto normal. I'm not actually sure how much fuel I have got going on in the... I didn't quite put it down to ridiculously low levels, but just to make sure I can check, I can cycle through here, see what we're doing. We've got plenty of fuel to be going through in this, which is always good, and we're still going fast enough, although that's not going to help the tyre wear. We might have got a decent in terms of lap speed, but that big slide, of course, as we're going through these tyres. Oh, my steering wheel has just lost force feedback. McLaren is being a McLaren and has slightly broken down. That's odd. Okay, that's... Oh, it's gone really weird. In fact, the car's pulling very badly. Go past your silly Ferrari. I'm broken here. That's very peculiar. If I let go of the steering wheel, it's actually now pulling quite badly to the... Oh, there we go. Now it's me taking my hands off the wheel, and, yeah. Well... It was going to happen. Of all of the things that could... I don't know what's going on. I think I'd have to reset it. Of all of the things that could break down, that's an interesting malfunction. We're going to be way too slow. I might still get at least some credit for completing the practice program, even if it is a failed final lap. Okay. Well, Raikkonen, you can give me a tow down the start-finish line, and we're okay with that. But, there we go. That was odd. That was odd indeed. Turn to the garage. That might not have got me any research points. I don't actually know how many I needed to have been doing. Hey! We got a perfect despite the last lap. So we can actually get away with doing 3 good laps. We'll ignore the big spike on all of that. Qualifying pace is good. Just got to fix a small malfunction, and then we will get going. So, following that second practice session, we have got some more resource points. I think that's what they were called. I've forgotten the... Yeah, they are called resource points. Look at that, me remembering things. We've got enough to go for another upgrade. Okay, I haven't quite got enough to go for engine power. We can go for fuel efficiency, that's not my massive concern. We can go chassis weight, we can go downforce, or we can go drag. You can see on the little graph to the right-hand side how that is affecting my car's overall performance. These two giving us a bigger performance increase, but they cost more than the drag reduction, and that doesn't give us a massive increase. Downforce or chassis weight? That is the question. I am thinking... We're going to go for downforce. Yeah, let's develop that upgrade there, and then we'll probably save our tokens to go for engine power again. Might be a good idea. However, that is going to... we're not going to be that far behind Williams soon. A couple more races and we'll be up there with Williams. I don't know if the AI teams grow as your team does as well. Don't quite know how that works. We'll very quickly find that out. Right. We are going to go on to the next practice session. I don't actually know if I have any tyres left for it, but there we go. So, as we are going to be heading out for Q1, I've opted to go for the soft tyres here rather than going for the super soft. I am figuring that I should be able to get through on these tyres. We're not going to be right at the very top. We should be able to get through. I'm hoping relatively comfortably on these, and that means I can save a set of super softs for later on, just in case I make a mistake on a run and, yeah, I need a newer set of tyres for then. I think it's always a good idea, if you can, to save them. This lap so far has not gone quite to plan. A little bit scruffy. It's actually slightly less than ideal having a car up ahead, the Sauber. I don't quite know how quick it's going to be. I suspect, annoyingly, it's going to be getting in the way when we come to do our second lap. I tend to do 2 runs on a set of tyres. I don't trust that I'm going to be quick enough on my first attempt, so I tend to go for 2 just to make sure that I've got all of my bases covered. I know by the second run the tyres are perhaps slightly less than ideal condition, but for me, not making mistakes, it just gives me that little bit more margin for error, which can come in quite nice and handy as we head down towards the final corner. I think actually, despite that little bit of running wide, this is not going to be too bad a lap. Fingers crossed. That can be a decent one to get us started with. Indeed it is, a 36.1 on the soft tyres. I will take that. That is good indeed. And honestly, the difference between the soft and the super soft tyres at this track doesn't seem quite as large as we have seen at other places. Raikkonen's in the 34.5s already. Yeah. Yeah, that's... let's face it, we're not really expecting a McLaren to be able to quite get itself on the path. In fact, we've done a really poor... We've made up... I mean, to be fair, we've made up like half a second through that particular turn. It isn't the greatest of first sectors, and I've pissed it all away again through here. Somehow I'm surprised that's going quicker. That felt really, really scruffy. Yeah, this one probably not going to be any quicker. Also, it doesn't help that we're going to have a Sauber directly for... Oh, no, I've screwed that one up. Completely messed that one up there. Okay, well, we did do it in one lap. We're actually ahead of Ricciardo at the moment, with him on the soft tyres. Okay. I mean, they will swap to the... Swap. That's what we wanted. My brain got confused between switch and swap, so I've made up a new word there. They'll go to the super softs and they can probably get a little bit more out of them. But we are very, very close to Ricciardo. Where do we... Yeah, kind of as expected. My first sector is a little bit quicker. It's the middle sector where I lose everything, and the final sectors are very, very close between us. Oh, Button's ahead of me. Well done, Button. Well done indeed. Yes, he's on the super soft, but still, the other McLaren is doing well. That I do like. Oh, well, admittedly, there's some more cars to go, but still, he is up there, which is nice to see. Now we have the weight of skip time, and don't sort of leave it too long, just in case we start getting pushed down. This should be fast enough, surely. Let's just stop it with 5 minutes to go. Who is still... How far clear are we? Oh, dear. I mean, it's not quite as comfortable as I would like, necessarily. I think we're going to be good to do it. I mean, let's face it, Ricciardo's behind us. Oh, I hate this bit. I hate this bit, that the waiting and the do you go out again. Hamilton's not... I guess Hamilton's sort of half a second quicker than I am. Oh, I don't know. I really don't want to have to go out on another set of tyres. But equally, it'd be really dumb to go out in this manner, trying to push it and get through on these tyres. Do I close my eyes and brave it? Yeah, I think we should be good to do it. I think we're just gonna go for it and hope. Button's gone a little bit faster, not massively faster. There we go. We're through 13th. Not quite as comfortable as I was hoping that one would be. Admittedly, I was pushing my luck with my tyres, but we are through to the second round of qualifying. Well, I have been absolutely on it this lap. Despite having a Gutierrez at a slightly bad moment, I have no idea where that lap time came from. 34.2. If I could do that in the final part of qualifying, I'd be really, really happy. Because that has gone so much faster than I've ever driven around this circuit before. I don't know where that came from. Bloody hell. That did include a slightly wonky line and running a little bit wide at one point as well. Where did that come from? I had no clue. Well, I was going to look at the sectors, but it's too late. Well, we are well clear. We are well through. I could have held on with my 35, was it 35.4? I would have made it through. Didn't quite have to go for that, that run. Where Button end up? Oh, Button's down in 16th. Not so good. Not so good for the other McLaren. Well, yeah, now you've got to repeat that. That might be quite tough. Also, Rosberg made it through in 6th on the soft tyres, but yeah, I must have got that middle sector spot on, I think, that time. Now, as I am beginning my laps for this, or my first flying lap for this final part of qualifying, I have got other set of tyres. I guess I've only got one set of tyres. I guess I've only got one set of new tyres coming into this. I've just kind of gone out and am currently hoping for the best. 34.3 from Rosberg already. I'm not sure quite where I found the time on that previous run. I really hope I can do it again, but I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be able to. This again, I've got that middle sector much quicker. I'm finding some speed that I didn't have through all typical when. I'm glad I'm finding speed now rather than going quick in practice and then having absolutely no clue when it comes to the video. But Hamilton in the 33s. Well, we're not quite going to be getting pole, I don't think. 34.6 at the moment still. 4th place is pretty damn good for a McLaren. Let's slow the car down for here. And can I find any more time? Apparently I found a little bit. I found a fair bit through that first sector. Yeah, I mean, I really, you saw in practice, there was nowhere really near this sort of pace. I guess it's all apparently just clicked, and suddenly we're going quicker than ever. And it's all the time. I mean, all the time that I was really losing compared to the AIs was always through this middle sector, and I don't know what I'm doing that's different through here, other than apparently going quite nice and fast. We missed the curb on the inside, is always good. I mean, we're absolutely flying again on this lap. Don't have any traffic in my way coming down here, which is always good. And now we're going to chuck the car in through here. Now, I don't know how much I'm killing the tyres doing all this, so when it actually comes to the race, if I'm going to be able to put up this sort of performance. That is a absolutely mega. That is an incredible middle sector. If I've just gone for that, is the sector that I've always struggled at this circuit, and if I've just suddenly gone purple through there, that is ridiculous, quite frankly. And we're out of the final corner. We are going stupid fast here today, a 33.6. I'm not sure how I'm doing this. How have I suddenly found all of this speed? I'm confused as you guys. Oh, my steering wheel's completely why is my... hold on. More McLaren technical difficulties. My steering wheel unhooked itself from the desk completely. That's fine. I put it back together. Well, that's unexpected.
But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are a McLaren, Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, it's goodbye.
I love the lack of surprise from the from the commentator when there turns out to be a McLaren on pole. So, yeah, things have gone a very different way to the way that I was expecting them. Somehow I found some magic speed, and I'm going to start on pole ahead of the two Mercedes, the two Red Bulls, the two Ferraris, the Williams, and the Toro Rosso up here as well. See, I was expecting to be around the 8th or 9th place. That was where I had been maybe getting to the high 34s. That's what I've done in practice the whole time. I don't know where that speed has come from, but we are going to be on pole. Can I fend off the Mercedes? That is a tough, tough ask. Gonna give it a damn good shot. It might be a little bit too tall an order. Maybe a podium. Maybe. Well, I find myself in a rather strange position for the start of this Grand Prix, as I am sat in pole. I'm thinking tyre strategy. I'm not going to be going for a two-stop. In a race that's this short, going for more than a one-stop, I don't think, unless there is perhaps a safety car at a good moment or weather and so on, I don't think it's ever going to work, a two-stop. You're asking, you've got so much time to try and catch up in such a short space of time, so it's not likely to be a viable option unless something big happens. So sticking with the one-stop, I got through Q2 with the super soft, so and we're in the top 10, so we can't change. Anyway, we do have some decent condition super softs, so I'm thinking we'll leave it as standard, and if we start killing the tyres, we may come in a lap early. We will see. I don't know what it's going to be like leading the grid around for a formation lap. I don't quite know how far. Like, I'm used to just driving and following the AI cars around. They tend to go for quite a quick formation lap. So, like, I've been up to like 170, I've definitely been up 170. I'm not sure I've quite been up to 180 before in a formation lap. But they do tend to lead quite a quick lap. I don't know if the game's going to tell me off if I do start going too quickly around here, or if I go too slowly. I'm just going to try and not get in trouble. If we can not get in trouble on the formation lap, that would be lovely. I would rather not. That would be so my luck. Rosberg starting on the soft tyres here. Of course, I forgot about that. Yeah, Rosberg's going for a very, very different strategy. That could work for beating me. That's a weird thing for me to even be contemplating at the moment. It could work quite well. It all depends. If they get clear of me, if they give me trouble early on, especially if Hamilton is slowing both of us down, Rosberg could well have a good strategy going on, I think, for this race, sitting in third with them. But who knows what I might throw up here. Honestly, I could throw up an amazing surprise, or that could have just been a fluke lap, and I will plummet my way down the order. I'm beginning to wonder if weather conditions, like track conditions for that final round of qualifying, were optimum, but even then I don't know where on earth I found over about a second and a half compared to what I've been doing in practice, where I found that over the course of 2 laps. So I might go back to my I might end up reverting back to my old driving and plummet my way through the order. We'll see. We will see. There's lots of ums and ahs going on here, and possible outcomes. Let's just get through turn 1. Let's just do that. We can survive turn 1 in one piece. I would be, yeah, that would be nice. I'm really nervous. I'm really very, very nervous about this start, but what can we do other than hope and make it cleanly? I'm worried about the Mercedes. If they get things right, you know they're going to be, well, not that they've historically got things right at the start very often. I'm hoping that I can get a decent getaway here. Oh, we haven't got a decent getaway. Did that not? Okay, fine. We've got an awful getaway. Car did not go into first gear. That was a manic. Oh, Massa with the moving across in front of me. Thank you for that. Oh, there's been a spinner as well. Well, you can warn me for the collision with Massa. There was nothing I could do about that one when he suddenly decided to come across me. Well, I went to go to start, and for whatever reason, we didn't have a gear, and that is not a good start at all. Ah, so that's really disappointing. Pressed the gear up, and we didn't go, and now we've got a little bit of a frame rate spike. Bloody McLaren technical difficulties. I say McLaren if my steering wheel's fault. My steering wheel is unhappy today, but still. Okay, are we going to be able to do anything about this Williams? Now, I've got to remember that car is heavy with fuel. Don't drive it like we were driving it in qualifying, because that would be dumb, and we'll end up in the back of a Williams or in a gravel trap somewhere. Oh, come on, McLaren, we can do this. No, we can't through there. We've got a lovely look at the back of a Williams, but not much that I can do at this stage. Oh, I want to get on the throttle, but I can't because there's a car which is going to push you. I do want to check, make sure my front wing isn't okay. That's less than ideal. I don't know how much damage we have got. Oh, come on, car. Can we get cut back going on? We have a little bit more power. I'm not sure we've got enough. I mean, I did compromise Massa a little bit on the exit of that final corner. He is coming back on the outside. We are going to try... Oh, I was a little too early on the brakes. I'm going to be clobbered across the curb. There's a bit of front wing there. Massa's going to get that place back. There's nothing I can do about it. We are going to get a nice little slipstream all the way down here. I'm going for it. Oh, that's a big, big dive under brakes. We're going to get it stopped. Here's the Williams going to come back. He's looking, but doesn't. In fact, Rosberg up into second could help me, slowing down Ricciardo. Now, Ricciardo, of course, on the same strategy in me, and probably the car that I am racing, if I'm going to be able to get up on the podium, that is probably the car that I'm going to be racing for a podium. Rosberg will be very, very quick towards the end of the race. So, yeah, if Rosberg can keep backing the Red Bull up, and the AI on this game, when they're left to their own devices, do often get stuck in traffic. I've seen it time and time again. They are not the greatest when it comes to overtaking each other, and they can really back... I mean, I've seen big trains. It was a problem with F1 2015 as well. That did a similar thing of backing cars up. You should have these giant trains looping their way around the circuit sometimes. Now, not always the case, but they are very good at making massive trains. So, if Ricciardo is going to struggle to get past the Mercedes, I'm okay with that. Although it doesn't look like it. Is he going to go for the inside? That's bad news for McLaren. If he can get it done, can he get it done? No, Rosberg's going to fight him for it. Go on, Rosberg. Make a nuisance of yourself. We're going to get both of them. Yes, come on, McLaren. I will take that if we can get stopped, though. I'm going to be on a really, really shallow line. It's going to work. Yes, now run away from the Red Bull. That was a mega first sector. Okay, that's made up for the start a little bit. Okay, that's made up for the start on a small scale. I will I'll take that. But now we have got to run. My front wing damage does not really feel like it's affecting the car any, so that's all right. I'm happy with the current strategy, I think. Engineer, what are you reckoning? Lap 3? No, I think if I come in on lap 3, I'm pretty sure by the end of the race my tyres will be fried. So we're going to stick with what we've got at the moment. Oh, it's all go. I've got to run away from that Mercedes. The Mercedes... oh no, I've pissed that one up completely. I really wasn't expecting to say this, but yeah, the Mercedes with that alternate strategy is looking pretty strong, and my running wide there has put me in a difficult spot here. We're going to try to go around the outside. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. We're going for it! Look at that. Oh, now we're going to get DRS swamped by everyone. That's not... actually, I'm really surprised. I was expecting the Mercedes to come ploughing past, but he did not. Park that on the inside of turn 1. Where is the Red Bull? Oh, Red Bull's still fighting. Okay. Good, Ricciardo. You battle with the Mercedes and let me run away, please. And then there was a Ferrari, I don't know who it was, is coming to join in the fun. Oh, crap. If I hadn't run wide there, I could have really done with making that little bit of a breakaway. Now, I have got some gap. Oh. Well, this has been an exciting and eventful start to the race, in a completely different way than I expected, but never mind. I am happy with that. Oh, crap. Rosberg's back into the 5th place. I think he's lost out to both of them. Crap. Now concentration mode is very much on before we come in for this first pit stop. I've got to try and get out of DRS. Might be quite difficult with the 2 cars trying to chase me down. I shall see what I can do, though. Well, as it comes to pit stop time, everything is all getting a little bit close. Vettel is going to dive into the pit. I don't quite know where the stopping point is. Okay, we've gone into nice ghost mode as well. Hey, Ricardo. I fear we're probably going to lose out in all of this because they're going to want to do a nose swap. Yes, they are. Okay, so we are going to drop back a little bit. We are going to lose some time, and I didn't have the greatest of pit entries. So this is all I'm going to drop behind the Williams arse. Could have done without that. Could have done without that one. All right, back into the race we go. Podium, I think, is going to be a little bit more difficult. I don't know if you can tell them not to change the nose of the car. I'm not sure if that is I can't say I've ever seen that as an option on the little talkie thing. Yeah, I don't think I can, unless you say pit stop, possibly. Anyway, the reason I didn't is I was busy concentrating on that on that lap on the way into that pit stop, and yeah, that's cost us. Although I've just seen the train of cars that is going on up ahead. Now, if one of them... Okay, here is what I am thinking might possibly save us a chance of getting up. If at the front of that train is a car on soft tyres, and that can hold up the Ferrari and Red Bull for a good few laps, maybe me and Massa can come and join them. Maybe, just maybe, that can work. It's a big maybe, but we will give it a good shot, because it is a giant train. I'm right on the back of this Williams now. Maybe we can get past him into turn 1. That's what I'm kind of going for here. Whoa, Williams does brake really early into there. That's not helping matters. We're going to duck out of the slipstream very, very early. And DRS time. Come on. Come on, McLaren. Come on, McLaren. We can do it. Oh, crap. Car's coming out of the pit lane. Who is that? Kvyat's been in and out of the pits and is ahead of me. Oh, we're going to have a lot of work to do here. Yeah. we have lost a lot of time. Well, that's actually a good result for Kvyat in all of this, having got out ahead. But I'm going to go and take that position off you right now. Thank you very much. The question is that a Red Bull ahead of the Renault? And where on earth is Rosberg going to come out? I mean, if Rosberg gets stuck in traffic, maybe, I don't know. We're looking at getting some decent points in all of this. It's just not quite the day that I was hoping for. Pretty much. We've got to not get stuck here. And of course, everyone's got DRS. It's a big old DRS train going on. The man is pulling away from me. That's not fair. Come on, we're going to get the manner here, though. We're going to get a better run. I mean, we have got nice fresh tyres and a better car in general. Yeah, we're clear to get ahead of him. Right, Palmer is up ahead. I'm actually going to get a mega run out of here as well. I mean, the tyres on them are not going to be very good. It was a Red Bull, but it's Verstappen. That's not the news that I wanted particularly. Of course, I guess the Red Bull and the Ferrari that I were with were a long way. They got out of the pits a long time before me. I was 10 seconds stationary. They would have been maybe 3. And Vettel's just gone and got fastest lap of the race. Even better. Bugger. Who is that? It's Haryanto is up into 9th. Is Verstappen pitted? I guess it's possible, actually. Verstappen may have pitted earlier. I can't see what tyres he's on at the moment. It looks like he is on the soft, so I think I'm racing Verstappen for position here. Bugger. Okay, we really need to clear the manor. We need to do it quickly. We're going to do it here. I'm going to get it stopped and turned. A little bit on the forceful side, that one, but I couldn't afford to waste any more time. That is Ricciardo ahead of Verstappen, though. Okay, that would be the battle for really 4th place in this race. Vettel, I think, is on the podium. Rosberg is still the big unknown. We don't know how much time he's going to lose on those tyres, where he's going to come out and how quick he's going to be at the end. Likely to be very, very fast. Oh, it's all going to be interesting. I've got a mega middle sector in all of that. I don't know how I'm doing on fuel. I may want to have a quick glance so that we don't start burning too much. At the moment, we have got a couple of laps extra. As we get closer to the end of the race, I might stick it up into Rich. I'm not going to risk it. Last time I was very, very close on the mark with fuel, so I'm not going to go too crazy. I'm going quick now, though, which is good, giving me a chance to hopefully catch these Red Bulls and maybe do a couple more overtakes. Right, I have closed up to the back of a Red Bull. I'm not sure quite what I'm going to be able to do about it just yet, although I am mega quick around this fight. I'm going to do exactly the same thing I did to the Williams. Mega fast around that final turn. I've gone and got the fastest lap of the race. I will take that. We are neck and neck, even with me on the DRS, we are neck and neck with the Red Bull. I did slightly stamp on the brakes a tad early, but we are through. I saw the Red Bull sort of brake, and I just instinctively went that little bit later, but it was kind of, I don't quite know what it was doing. Either way, we are absolutely flying on my way through the field. I spy a Ferrari. I spy a Ferrari up ahead that would probably be the podium position Ferrari. I'm not quite sure. As Vettel, I'm not quite sure where Rosberg is in all of this. That is the big question. I haven't seen him around. I think there is a Williams up in second. I think that's what I spied from a distance, but again, not 100% sure. Completely forgot I have DRS available and only turned that on halfway down the straight. I'm also making sure, in fact, me and Ricciardo are both catching Vettel. Vettel is struggling here, quite big time. Well, that's going to make things interesting. I'm not going to try that. That's just asking for a very, very big accident to try to go around the outside there. Oh, we've got the run. Can I get the pair of them in one go? Possibly. Maybe Vettel's running out of fuel. Pretty sure McLaren shouldn't quite be able to do that one. And Vettel is going to be... Okay, Rosberg's in... Oh, Rosberg's gone for interesting tyre strategy up there. Rosberg's on the medium tyres at the moment, so I don't know when he pitted. They're going to make sure to go defensive from Ricciardo. Alright, so Rosberg is in second. It wasn't a Williams that I spied from a distance. It was just a sort of reflection going on from a distance on that silver car. We're up into a podium position, but it's not going to be easy. Final couple of laps. I have quite a fast Red Bull that is keen on taking that away from the McLaren. I'm hoping, though, that we can cling on. Having gone very quickly at stages in this race, I'm hoping that we can continue to do so. Maybe pull away. Maybe give myself a little bit of a safety margin. I think Rosberg is too far gone unless something happens. I mean, a safety car now would make things very interesting. Unlikely when everyone's this spread out, but you never know. Well, we are coming up to the final lap. The Red Bull has remained close the entire way. It is within DRS range just about. I have gone up to a rich fuel mixture for this final couple of laps. Got plenty of fuel in the tank. Now the trick, just see it out. Don't do anything stupid. If Ricciardo looks like threatening, we will make the world's widest McLaren. I do not want to throw this podium position away. Just got to make sure we get the car stopped. I've got to say, the tyres have held up very, very well. Unlike in Australia, in a couple of practice stuff I did there, where I could really feel the tyres dying by the end of a run. here. Actually very comfortable still with the car. The gap to Rosberg has remained remarkably consistent. I mean, 5 seconds. Trying to catch that gap up in about 3-4 laps was never really going to be realistically achievable out here, even with him on the medium tyres. In fact, I think he has extended it out a little bit. Ran a little bit too wide through that nasty left-hander on the exit. Thought I was going to end up on the curbs. Oh, big slide. That is not what we want from the McLaren right now. I could really have done without that. This is going to be a close run to the line. We are going to be on the massive defensive down towards this final corner. Okay, Ricciardo, you want to go past me. You're going to have to do it a long way around, and I'm going to. I am not going to give you too much room. It's all going to be this drag race towards the line. It's not going to be long enough, though, for the Red Bull. I threw that across the curb at that final corner quite aggressively. I should have been a little bit neater there. That big oversteer moment caught me out. Having said about the bloody tyres, it lets go big time. We got away with it, though. Bloody hell. Yeah, not expecting that result. Of course, Mercedes are celebrating, as you're likely to see lots in this game. I think this is probably going to be the first time we're going to see my avatar person. Kvyat came 11th at the end of all of that. Come on, I want to see my person.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers.
Hey, there we are on the podium. Wow, there we go. I got a McLaren onto the podium. I don't know where on earth all of that speed came. I think I actually got fastest lap in that race as well. I don't know where on earth that speed suddenly came from, because yeah, in the practice sessions it had been nowhere near that. I'm thinking we have to probably up the difficulty before next time. It was a very exciting race, though. Shame about the start. I think the Mercedes were still too fast for me. I did get fastest lap. Fantastic. Vettel ended up down in 9th. What happened to Vettel? That I am...
I'm giving driver of the day to Rio Harriento.
Oh, wow, I see. I don't get driver of the day for getting a McLaren to the podium, but Harriento gets a driver of the day for getting 17th. Well done. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Don't know what happened to Vettel. Something must have gone wrong in that Ferrari, because he was up in 3rd and plummeted. Rosberg had an odd tyre strategy that didn't really work out particularly well. I had a duff start, recovered after a long pit stop as well for a new nose cone to 3rd. 2 Red Bulls. Raikkonen got spun on the first corner. I don't actually see what happened to Raikkonen, but Raikkonen got put sideways, so he did well to recover to 6th, and then had the 2 Williams. Vettel down in 9th, and Hülkenberg is in at 10th. Well, there we go. That is... In fact, can we have a look at the... So I got the incidents for... Okay, we both got the warnings for the little collision that went on there. Okay, yeah, that's probably fair enough. A collision with Wehrlein, collision with Verstappen. Didn't see what happened with either of them. If we go back, we will go and have a look at the drivers' table. I'm up into 5th place with that podium, very surprise podium finish. I would like to point that one out. Ahead of Verstappen, ahead of the 2 Williams and Vettel. Not had a good start to the season. Hamilton, pretty much perfect start for him in this one, ahead of Rosberg. Ricciardo in 3rd, and Raikkonen. McLaren looking quite healthy in the constructors, up in 5th place. Well, there we go. Race 2 is done, and a hell of an exciting race at that. That's going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.